What is going on? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today we're going to talk to you about Faraday Future. I want to go over some of the data points, what's been coming out about Faraday itself, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you hit that thumbs up, and with that, let's get right to it. So Faraday right now is up 2.88%, 281 the low, 319 the high. So it had a little bit of a pump first thing. Two different things did come out to kind of validate that, if that makes sense. So I want to go over those 2 points, but as of late, it looks like just algos have been kicking off in full force. So a lot of this is just algorithmic trading right here. So these are some of the transactions that have occurred on the secondary market above $100,000. So despite the two things that did come out, you're not seeing a lot of buying happening. Only one transaction was a buy, so 168,000, and that was at around 9 a.m. So kind of helped it push higher from here. So aside from that, like I said, there was two things that came out, one of which was this. So Faraday Future announces co-creation with the first US-Canada 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗖𝗧 Golf Classic. And so ultimately it looks like 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧 is based out of China, and it's more of a prestigious golf event, amateur golf event. And so yeah, this is okay in my opinion. I still think that this is fluff. Talks on future opportunities to collaborate. I think in reality it would just be Faraday marketing through whatever events in the future would happen. But what I've researched based on, I guess, this classic and just what this 𝗖𝗓𝗡𝗡𝗘𝗧 Cup is all about, doesn't seem to be Faraday's target market. Maybe their kind of pivot point, so their lower price vehicle by the tail end of 2025, again if everything goes according to plan. But right now it just doesn't seem feasible. So I think this is just categorized as fluff. This, on the other hand, was tweeted, so no official news, but does say our VP of Product and Strategy, I'm not going to butcher their name, 𝗖𝗢𝗡𝗡𝗧𝗛, if I'm saying that right. And this individual, who is the CEO of Master Investment, recently did travel to China to meet with our potential global automotive industry bridge strategy partners. So if I didn't know anything about Faraday, what they've done in the past, I would see this as very, very good news. Although that's not the case, because I do know what Faraday is all about. And one question that I have is, why essentially is this individual going on behalf of Faraday? Because this kind of does sound like a very big deal with Master Investment and this potential global whatever bridge partner in China. That isn't something for a VP to do. That is like CEO level kind of stuff. So what is happening with that? So this is just more questions rather than anything. So like I said, you can kind of take this as good news possibly, or maybe bad news, depending on how you see that. But as of right now, though, looking over at shorts are increasing 204,000 shares. 38.11% of the free float is being shorted. Works out to be 4.68 million shares. As I've alluded to in the past, just based on looking at the abnormal volume, it is fair to assume that there is probably some dilution happening because you usually don't have this kind of bump up in the stock price for no reason whatsoever. So again, that's just my impression of what does happen. So this might not necessarily be all that correct. So you guys do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Cost to borrow average is 69.14, and it does indicate it is on the threshold list. And it's been on the threshold list. Let's just pop over here and take a look. So I think it's been on there since August the 29th. So this is the SEC kind of dropping the ball because anything over 13 days, the SEC is supposed to go at the market makers, get them to kind of rectify the issue. So I think there's just a lot of failing going on when it comes down to that. But short score 82.53, so the higher the number, the higher the likelihood of a squeeze happening. Looking at options, abnormal amount of call options were done. So 202,000 in calls, 70,000 in puts. 49% of all the options being done today were bearish. And of the call options that are being purchased, you see a consensus for it to be above that 350 point. And then looking at puts, you see a consensus for it to be kind of sub $2 this week. So a little bit more downside is anticipated, despite, like I said, these two pieces of news coming out. So this one, there's no real reason to buy Faraday because of this. That's just my opinion, of course. This one, like I said, could be potentially good, or it could just be more fluff. This is up to sentiment and just people's interpretation of this. So all in all, this is a very quick summary of what is happening with Faraday. EVs are, for the most part, running up pretty well. The American ones are pulling back slightly, only because the likelihood of a rate cut is diminishing. So you did have Chicago PMI a little bit better than the forecast. So 46.6 versus 46.1. This is more of a precursor for the data that is coming out tomorrow. So ISM manufacturing forecast right now is 47.2. In theory, anything below 50 on both of those data points does show more of a contraction in the broader market, and that, of course, is really affecting this. So right now, there is a 37.1% likelihood of a 50 basis point cut for the November 7th meeting. So this did go down from, was it 59 or mid 50s to where it is now. So this is really affecting growth stocks, aka the EV sector. So this is why you see a lot of the American EVs going down, Chinese EVs are going up. Faraday is trying their very best to put out news as best as possible. And so yeah, let me know your thoughts on this crazy day. What's your viewpoint on this kind of scenario right here? Because this is a very clear indication just of algos, purely algos just trading. So it's kind of interesting. I don't know. What's your guys' thoughts on Faraday? And just generally, are you optimistic on Faraday? Like, for instance, this news, does this make you want to buy, or does it make you want to sell? And I get it. A lot of people, regardless of whatever comes out, good, bad, or the ugly, they are going to continue to buy and believe in Faraday. I completely get that, and I applaud you guys to have the dedication to do that, because yeah, Faraday, even my video when I did come out and went over a lot of the true points on why I am bearish on Faraday, it was at like $7. So in comparison to where it is now, like, kind of crazy stuff, all in all. So yeah, once again, I'm not here to get you guys to buy nor sell, just to kind of interpret exactly what is coming out from Faraday itself, both from data point standpoint and from the company itself. So let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Take advantage of this promo. Simply sign up for a new account, throw $100 at it. They give you 5 free stocks. Each stock is valued up to $2,000. So this is a kick-ass deal. Link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.